Hey everybody, welcome to a brand new chapter of Old Man Brad. Whether you are new to the show or returning for another chapter, thank you so much for giving me a listen. And if you love the show, drop me a review over on your favorite podcast app or become a patron over at patreon.com/oldmanbrad. So this week, I'm going to tell you it's guaranteed to suck. One way or another, it is. I have two films for you, two vampire films. And let me tell you, these movies cannot be any different from each other. Two brand new vampire films. I'm going to give my thoughts on Silent Bite and the new film that just came out, Swap. And like I said, they are very, very different. Very different. But before we dive into it, if you are in the Cincinnati area, come out to Frightful Fridays. We just had a screening last week of Thanksgiving. It was an absolute blast. We had a good turnout and quite a few people that had never seen the movie and thought it was a riot. But on the third Friday of the month, I host a horror screening, and our screening for December is Don't Open Till Christmas from 1984. This is a movie that had a lot of production problems, and it is just a crazy movie. Let's just say that. But come out December 20th at 10 p.m. and let's watch a movie together. Let's dive into it. Let's get started with our vampire films. We're going to kick things off with Silent Bite.
It is a frosty 12 degrees outside, so keep those chestnuts roasting from the open fire, or else you'll get some frostbite in some unexpected places.
What was that? It was like a scream.
Something else.
You go with him.
Run.
Those things, they really are what you say they are.
Hey man, we got big problems.
Yeah, I know.
Well, we need a way out of here. What the hell are we still doing here?
Couldn't agree more.
A gang of bank robbers take shelter in a motel after a Christmas Eve bank heist. Unbeknownst to them, they are not the most dangerous thing seeking refuge on this cold Christmas night. This is written by Simon Phillips, directed by Taylor Martin, and it stars Simon Phillips, Luke Avoletto, Sienna Starr, Michael Swatton, and many others. So this just came out last week. This is a movie that I've been looking forward to checking out. I talked to Simon a while back about Mousetrap when it came out. He also wrote it, and he was in that film. Let me tell you, this movie, overall, I did enjoy it, but I'm going to put a but in there. I felt like it held back. Like it starts off really good. You have these bank robbers. They all have code names like Father Christmas. You have Snowman, Rudolph. They're at this hotel. The whole thing's planned out. They're gonna let things blow over in this hotel before they, move on. And then there's this driver that is also a Santa that is coming, that they don't know, I'd never met him, that is coming later. So you kind of cut to scenes with him. Like the description said, unbeknownst to them, there is something else, someone else, some other thing in this hotel. And you have this basically kind of a coven of these vampire women who are there that kind of start to do their thing, to seduce them, to feed on some of them, and kind of and things should hit the fan. Like, I feel like it gets to a point where it wants to keep going. I don't know if it was budget or what it might be, but I feel like when we have our vampires versus these thieves, I wanted more from it. Like, you get some, and it is enjoyable. I do love the characters. Simon's character of Father Christmas, he's, quipping one-liners. The guy who plays the driver that is coming later, I liked his character. And these vampires, I mean, I liked them all. I just wanted it to to be more than it was. It just felt like it started out as a slow burn. It kind of, it's slow burned along the way. Its pacing is a little slow. Things start to pick up, but I wanted more action and more mayhem, more chaos, more blood and guts. You get some. And that's why this is a light recommend for me. Like, I enjoyed a lot of it. There was a lot of it I enjoyed, but it just felt like it needed more of the vampires. I wanted more. Even if you would have given me the heist, shown me the whole heist at the beginning to kind of really get me into it, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, Silent Bite is one that I'll lightly recommend for you to go check out. You can add it to your holiday horror Christmas watches. And I think for the most part, you could have a good time with it. There are my thoughts on Silent Bite. Like I said, we have 2 vampire films. The first one, we got a heist. We got criminals versus vampires in a hotel that left me wanting more. This next film is a lot more toned down. No, I don't want to say toned down. It's a lot more minimal because you only have 4 people in the film. But let's jump into Swap.
I don't want us to get bored. What about bringing in a third?
I don't know if I'm into that.
If you're in love with someone, nothing can break them.
What's up? One last hurrah for us?
This is my castle. Welcome. What's mine? It's literally gonna be all yours.
Girl, we both know you're not made for monotony.
Let's join them.
Did that really happen?
Wow, bad influence.
A young couple is lured into the clutches of a bloodthirsty 500-year-old vampire. The exotic stranger tries to persuade them to swap partners and join his kind. Written and directed by Dallas King, it also stars Dallas King, Jessica Layla Green, Aaron Ann Gray, and James Eastwood. So this just came out this week, the week of this recording, and like I said, it is 100% different from the first film we got. Whereas the first film, you had some action, you have vampires versus thieves, you have other things like that, where this one, a horny movie, let's just say that. This has a lot of sex in it, it has a lot of sweaty scenes, and it's like, I think the tagline for it says like 50 Shades of Red. It is like a 50 Shades of Grey, but with vampires, because you have this couple, they're going to this weekend away, and one of them is a police officer. James Eastwood, his character Rad, is a police officer, and Kayla, his partner, is trying to get him to kind of let go, to kind of open up, to kind of not be so by the book strict, just kind of let things go. And they get to this getaway, and you have Glory and Angelo. First time we see them, they're having sex. They walk in on them and they just kind of watch them. Then it kind of turns into a very sensual, seductive, where Angelo is trying to sway them, swap partners, because when you do this, then you can kind of just let go and we can open up. So it's very much about open relationships. It's very much about kind of letting go of things, relaxing, releasing. Like there's a lot of that in it, but it is definitely very sexual. There is many sex scenes in it. And overall, it just like the first one, I wanted more from it. Like the vampire piece of this film, honestly, to me, just kind of felt thrown in. Like you have this story of this couple who's having problems, and this man who his wife just wants him to relax, basically. Just chill out, man. Let's try to enjoy the weekend, enjoy these people, and let go and try some new things. And he doesn't. But then you throw in this twist of a vampire in there. It comes in, I think it's about halfway through is when you really know it's a vampire. Before then, it just seems like it's a big swinger party before then, what it feels like. But it I don't know. This movie just kind of left me empty. It just didn't hit where it needed to hit. By the time we got to the end and everything happens and what we got, I'm just like, okay, well, that was that. It just, I don't know. It was for the most part disappointing. I don't know exactly what I wanted more from. More vampire lore, more vampire-esque stuff. I don't know. It was sexual. It was the story of trying to open somebody up. That was fine. The vampires felt wedged in there, and it just needed to kind of flow differently, in my opinion. Like it didn't fully work for me. Because vampires are very sexualized, and the stories of vampires are very sensual, very, vampires in a lot of lore, they seduce different people and stuff like that. This just takes it one step further and really, like 50 Shades of Grey further, but it didn't fully land for me. So I can't give this one a full recommend. I just thought it was okay. Well, there you go. If you've seen both of these, your opinion could be, man, this guy really sucks, or whatever that may be. But that was my quick thoughts on Silent Bite and Swap. Both of them are available on VOD right now. I know Silent Bite is also available on Blu-ray, but you can go check both of those out if you want to. I think Silent Bite has the slight edge of a recommend over Swap. All right, before we head out, I have another fun movie for you to check out at home. I don't think I've recommended this one before. I want to recommend the 2006 film Abominable. This is a movie that you can watch on Tubi, and it is a movie that I love. It is a throwback to like 80s creature feature films. Like you just see the cover of it, and it looks like one of those movies you would have seen on the shelves of the video stores you're walking through. And it is just a blast. It's about a man who had an accident and now he's wheelchair ridden. He's coming back to his cabin and things start to happen. This creature comes out and kills people, and it's kind of a Rear Window-esque in some places, and then it turns into this full-on creature movie where they're fighting this Bigfoot. It has great practical effects. I love the creature. There's one kill in this movie where the creature, the mouth opens up really wide, and just it's a big bite it takes. Let's just say that. But go on to Tubi, go check out Abominable. This one is a high recommend from me. Well, that will do it for another chapter of Old Man Brad. Just make sure you subscribe to the show and you will never miss any chapter, as I have the Holiday of Horrors getting ready to come up. So make sure you're subscribed because you don't want to miss what we have coming. And I'll just let you know what films are in the works. I'm going to have 5 movies with 5 guests. It's going to be so much fun. We're going to kick things off next week with Black Friday. My wife is going to come on and we're going to talk about the film from 2022, Black Friday. And then the films after that, I will have Dan from Stacking Triggers. We're going to be talking Nutcracker Massacre. Brett from Dissect That Film. We're going to talk Christmas, Bloody Christmas. My buddy Gerald from Two Peas on a Podcast and I are going to talk Black Christmas, which is coming up on its 50th anniversary this year. My friend Drew and I, because we love anthology films, As you know from our 1031 and other talks that we've had, we're going to talk a Christmas horror story. So this holiday of horrors, get ready for it. It's going to be a blast. Just make sure you subscribe and you won't miss any of them. I will be back soon. Just snuggle up in that blanket, turn off the lights, because it's okay to be scared. We'll talk to you later, everybody.